Yeah, I know we've talked about a lot thus far, but I'm super curious on, some of the groups. I don't even know how many groups you guys work with now, but it's got to be a lot. Some probably super engaged and some not as engaged, but out of some of like the really engaged HR teams, what are they doing well to promote your solution to their employees?
Yeah, for me, that's a hot button because it really comes from a top-down leadership buy-in. I mean, they truly have to. I love it if they have their own personal story. Now, not everybody has their own personal story to share, and if they don't, that's okay. I challenge them to look for someone within their organization that, without getting into names and details, is willing to share how it's, really helped them through certain situations. And, taking that top-down leadership approach, I think, is so important. I'll just give you a real quick example. I do kickoff meetings all the time, and where I see, before we even start with an organization, that first kickoff meeting, to me, I can tell what an organization's usage and utilization is going to be for, in a general sense, if it's going to be good, if it's going to be bad. And it really comes from sometimes an HR director or CEO, depending on the size and scope of a company, we'll do just a quick, brief bio of me. This is Chad, head of sales, Covenant Workplace Solutions, and then kicks it over to me. And then I go on with my spiel. Well, the best ones are the ones that shock me. In fact, I did one here recently that, an owner of a company took 15 minutes before he even handed it over to me and talked about his own personal story and how they had been with an organization for 10 plus years. They just weren't getting results. They weren't getting usage and utilization. They weren't getting what they wanted. And he talked about his own personal story, but he made a big pitch as to why they wanted to switch to us. And a big piece for him was that we could meet people where they are. Again, with these low to high touch tools and resources, kind of getting back into the utilization, just being able to meet people with these self-help resources, right, that then lead into sessions, right? And they oftentimes graduate into sessions. I just, having that top-down leadership approach and buy-in, right, in the best case, it's a personal story of their own or their family that they're willing to share, that almost like sets the employees at ease. Like, oh, our CEO, right, has been through this, has gone through this, and is willing to utilize some of these, services. So truly, that's the ones that set themselves, above the rest.